Hi, it's Hayley Morrison FX here from Funds and Forex, and in this video I'm going to be talking about creating a trading plan. So as I've said with the trading goals, this is just kind of an example, just so that you've got an idea what kind of things to include. Yours might have a lot more, might have a lot less, and it's something, your trading plan is something that will change as you grow as a trader. This is also something that you can start creating as soon as you can kind of start playing around with your strategy and things like that. But like I say, it will change. It will develop. So what I would suggest having on your trading plan, and remembering this is something that you've got hopefully printed out and stuck near your laptop, wherever you do your trading from, where you kind of go over, and it's your trading routine, if you like. So your trading checklist. First thing is, right, should I trade today? And then I've got in mind, do not trade if in a bad mood or feeling over emotional, stressed, or if I can't complete my trading routine steps in peace. So is me daughter having a mental breakdown, not giving us any peace? Is the unexpected visitors knocking on the door, come for a cuppa? So I need to be in a good mindset before I trade. If I'm not, then I'm like, right, I'm going to close my computer and come back to it later on. Second thing is there high impact news on the pairs I'm analyzing? And to do that, I'm going to check out Forex Factory, and that kind of tells me if there's any news events coming up and any red folder events. If it's around the time I'm trading and it's the currency pairs I'm trading, then I'm just going to kind of close my computer. Personally, I quite like the thrill of trading new pairs, but I've been trading for nearly 6 years, so it's kind of like it can go either way. It can really be negative for your mindset if you lose a lot more than your stop loss is being set, which can happen if price kind of plummets through. So just be really careful with that. Number 3 would be, for example, I'd only be trading after 5 o'clock at night. And the reason for this is because obviously the trading day closes at 10 p.m. and at that time, if you've got a trade, and you can incur negative swaps, so it's like money taken away, and also the spreads can obviously go quite large. And if the trade and the price is not far away from me, entry or even me stop loss, the spreads can actually trigger and knock us out. So ideally, I don't really want to be putting in a trade like after 5 p.m. at night, or on a Friday late evening, because Forex for the currencies closes at Friday night, 10 o'clock UK time, and it opens again Sunday, 10 p.m. So I don't really want to be holding any trades in over the weekend, for the same reason I don't want to hold them in overnight. Obviously, it's a little bit longer leaving it over the weekend. For swing trading, it's not as bad, but for an intraday trader and scalping, it's something that you kind of generally don't really want to do. And then 5, I've got, if I've reached my max percentage risk for that day a week. So I'll know obviously what my percentage risk is by looking at my trading journal, which is something that I'll go over in the next video after this one. But those are my do not trade ifs. So once I've kind of looked at that and everything's all right, my next step is, right, what's my trading routine? So my trading routine will be to open up my trading checklist, which will be a video after the trading journal, and I'll go over that one then. So open up my trading checklist, which gives me things that I need to open and things that I need to do as well. So, and the second one on my trading routine will be read through my trading goals, and that was the first video. So, and this is to remind me of what I want to accomplish, and just remember that slow and steady wins the race. Then number 3 in my routine is I want to sit and I want to practice gratitude, and I want to be grateful and say, right, I'm grateful for this opportunity. I want to say thank you in advance, that I'm able to use good risk management and accept whatever the outcome is going to be. I'm going to accept it. I'm not going to get over emotional. If I win, great. If I lose, okay, I've lost. I'm not going to get so excited if I win, and then obviously really, really negative and cry and get upset if I lose. It is what it is. And then number 4 in my routine would be, okay, right now I can open my charts and I can analyze the market using the strategy checklist in your trading plan. So for this purpose, I haven't actually wrote down my checklist, but obviously you would write it down. So yours might have steps in your strategy checklist. So you might say, is price doing this? Is the this pattern forming? You're going to have your strategy, and you're going to have a checklist that you can tick off. And once you've said, right, it's done this, then you need to identify, right, okay, is it good to go? Am I going to enter? So this will be different for everybody, but my entry criteria, for example, I've got down here, what is my entry type? So you might be just market execution if you're doing scalping or anything like that. But with the strategy that I'm using, a lot of it is pending limit orders. So I like to set an alarm on the computer. So if I'm in the house popping around and it sets the alarm, I kind of come and just see kind of if it's going to trigger what's happening. But I might say, well, yeah, everything's kind of looking good for my strategy. However, I only really want to get into a trade if it's got good risk to reward potential. So I might say, if this strategy, if this setup right here is, you know, only going to be, if I'm going to be able to do like a 1% stop loss and the target is at least 4% gain, then, you know, I'm good to go. If it's not, if it's presenting as only like a 1-to-1 potential trade probability, then I'm kind of might step away and not do it. Or I might say, well, I only want to trade if the stop loss is less than 20 pips. And for me, going back to that swing trader thing, if it's more than 20 pips, it could be the potential that, you know, this trade is going to take really long to trigger, you know, either my stop loss or my take profit, which is going to take me into swing trade territory. So I want to leave it alone. And then I've got down as well that if I put a pending order in, that I might cancel that pending order if, you know, the trade is not triggered by 5 p.m. or if it's already moved, or say if it gets to the next day and is high impact news, then I may want to, you know, take that out. Then I've got down the percentage risk, and that was what I was talking about in the goals before. So it's a good idea just to remind yourself of your risks here in your trading plan. And then I've also got exit criteria. So your exit criteria, I might say, well, actually my exit criteria is once my order's triggered, I've set my goal of, you know, that 1 to 4. So 1% risk, 4% gain. So I'm set my take profit, and I'm just going to leave my trading to hit. That is how I'm going to exit, by just letting it take my take profit. However, I wrote down that I will close half if, for example, the trade is maybe slowed down, or there's been new indication that a new direction may be forming, or it might be I'm going to close half. You know, if it slows down, and I might think I'll close half because it comes back down and we get in again. Or I might say, well, I'm going to close early if, you know, it's getting close to the end of the day and it's not really moving much. So again, this is just an example. Yours might be different. And then I've just got a reminder there to say that I need to log my results in my trading journal. So this would be your trading plan. This is very, very short. You might have your trading goals and trading plan together. And there may be a lot more, but this is just to kind of give you an idea of what kind of things to include when you're starting right now your trading plan. So in the next video, I'm obviously going to be briefly talking about your trading journal.